All right, I am live and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle and I am here to do a reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Who knows what else I'm going to say weird. Sorry about that. I rewatch my videos sometimes and I'm like, oh God, I can't believe I said that. Oh, well, if you've ever done anything like this, you know that when you're on the spot, sometimes things come out of your mouth and you don't even realize what you're saying. I've had a couple times where I was thinking something, but something different came out of my mouth and I didn't even realize it until I rewatched the video and I was like, anyway. I know you get the point. You'll get the general gist from this. And yeah, so this reading is for sun, moon, and rising fire signs. And if you're not sure what those are, you can check out the links below to get your free birth chart and get a little more information about yourself. It's pretty cool stuff the more you dive into it. But anyway, so to begin, oh yeah, and I'm doing what I have done the last few times, which is I've already chosen the cards from this deck, Wisdom of the Oracle, and then I will clarify with the Good Tarot, both by Colette Baron-Reid. And so we will just begin here with your first card, Message in a Bottle, in the protection position. A lot of protection for all the readings lately. This one in the protection talks about you possibly seeing red flags, but choosing to turn a blind eye to them because maybe you want what you want. And even though the red flags are practically slapping you in the face, you're like, what? I don't know. Oh, is there a red flag? Oh, that's pretty. I like the color red. Maybe in a little bit of denial about something that really isn't for your highest good or even your regular good. Yeah, that this is up and saying like you really need to acknowledge that there are some red flags there and they're there for a reason. They are signs that you have gone on a detour that is taking you to a dead end or even straight off a bridge. Just don't do it. As much as you think you want something, when you see red flags, it just always leads to no good. Your next card is Here and Now. And it's very much about being in the present moment, that you're not spending time thinking about the past or thinking about the future. You're just being here in the present. And the present is, she's sitting on the egg. And that means that something is going to hatch out of this egg. As long as she stays here, as long as, because she's sitting on it. So she's kind of like how, what is it? Like, when chickens sit on their eggs and they incubate them, I guess, they keep them warm and that's how they end up hatching. So the point is to stay in the moment rather than thinking about maybe something from the past that you think would fulfill you, or thinking about something in the future that you think, also think like, well, if you go towards this thing, then maybe in the future you will get your fulfillment. But this card is saying, don't think about the future. Don't be very aware of the red flags and just stay in the present moment. What are you seeing right here, right now? Because that is what is going to inform you of how to move forward. Your third card is mending. And so I've been trying to think about how these three cards fit together. It may be that you're in a situation where you're being called to see the red flags. And the fact that there are red flags means that there's something that is not, it's not fulfilling you. So maybe there's a person in your life who is not showing up for you in the way you need or even the way you deserve. And maybe it's time to just kind of put an end to that. But you can do it in a gentle, sweet way. You can, it doesn't have to be a big blow up. It can be just recognizing that maybe you're on two different pages, that you have a different path than they do. The situation is different for everybody, but this card is very much about forgiveness, about releasing resentments. Because when you do that, then you take back your power. As long as, the thing about the red flags is when you're in a situation where, and this usually comes up when you're dealing with people, where you're seeing the red flags and you're ignoring them, you are essentially ignoring your intuition. And this person is doing something or showing up in a way that is not honoring you in some way. And that can lead to resentment. It can lead to anger. It can lead to bitterness and a whole host of other kind of low vibrational feelings. And by kind of stepping into this space where you are allowing that person to be who they are and knowing that they are doing the best they can in this moment with what they have. And it may not be the way you want them to be showing up, but understanding that it is what it is. And knowing that you're going to, forgive them, you're going to release whatever you need to release and move on, because there is something better for you coming down the pipeline. And it really helps to, again, try to stay present with what's in front of you. And this is where the miracles come, when you're not lost in the past or lost in thinking about the future and what could be. Oh, the light's going away. I was hoping I could get this in before the light got funky. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clarify. What do we need to know about this? 9 of Earth. Okay, so this is about being independent, about being sovereign unto yourself. About cultivating what you need. This is a, she's holding a little sprout there, and this is for your own nourishment. So rather than maybe relying on somebody else, thinking that you're going to get something from somebody else and ignoring the red flags, this is about, being in the present and stepping into your your most authentic self. You are the only one who can actually fulfill you in the way that you need. I'm just going to go to the book because I feel like I'm forgetting something. Disciplined self-reliance, reliable resources, restraint and self-control. Yeah, restraint and self-control. Allowing yourself to see the red flags and holding back, not going for it. Like cutting that off. The final stone placed in the foundation. Possibly the final stone placed in the foundation of being able to be in the present, to call in what is the next great thing coming to you. I mean, it's about miracles. As long as you're in the present, in the here and now. I mean, that, you know, there's that saying, I can't think of what it is at this moment, but it's that the present is called the present because it's a gift. Yeah. You have everything you need. Fill your own cup. Practice filling your own cup. This one. Okay. 10 of Earth. Okay. You just went from the 9 to the 10. This is the ultimate fulfillment of all the things. Because you're filling your own cup, it leads you to having all the physical abundance, the fulfilling relationships, the situations that because you're already feeding yourself, it's like you're creating this really good feeling within that's then being transmitted out to the universe, and that is being transmitted back tenfold. And you're drawing in all the abundance, all the prosperity. Let's see. 10 of Earth is affluence, material abundance, mastery. That's right, mastery. So you're also, and this happens to be sitting next to the here and now card, you are gaining mastery over yourself and over your ability to stay in the present. Mastery over because you're able to stay in the present, then you're able to bring in the miracles. And here are your miracles. That's so cool. You know, and by mending, you're releasing the resentment, you're forgiving, and that forgiveness directly affects how you're showing up. It opens your valve to all the good things that are rightfully yours. I'll say it's simple, not necessarily easy, because, you know, when we want something, we want what we want. It's really hard to be like, oh, there's a red flag. Okay, fine. I'm going to walk away. I have a couple people in my life who are really good at it, but in general, myself, not so good at doing that. Certainly not in the past. I'm always like, I'm so intrigued. I need to find out. And then I always find out, oh, yeah, no, that wasn't good. I shouldn't have done that. It's called learning the hard way. Take it from me. You don't want to learn the hard way. 6 of Fire. I just got this for Earth signs. This is about being an enlightened leader, about, what was the other one? Stepping into the limelight. And the other thing that strikes me about this card is that the ship is being held up by the hot air balloon. So it is being lifted above all of the obstacles that the ship would normally encounter, where it would have to go the long way around. Now it's able to sail right over and avoid so much. So it's getting there, twice as fast and twice as easily. And there's the other hot air balloons around too. So it's like you've got friends that are kind of they're coming along too. And it could be friends that you're mending things with. Stepping into the limelight. Really? What are you up to? What are you doing? Tell me about it. I'm curious. Leave me a comment if you have something that you're something up your sleeve that you're working on. Or, when you get in the limelight, then tell me. 2 of air. 2 of air. 2 is typically about balance or trying to find balance. Stalemate, uncertainty, considering options. So you're trying to find the balance between one thing and another. And right away, this is speaking to this card. Stalemate. That's a red flag. If you're having a stalemate with someone, you can't move forward. And maybe the best thing to do now is to agree to disagree and move along. And do the mending part. Be like, okay, well, this isn't working for us. I still love you. I still care about you. You're still a cool person. I forgive you. Whatever the situation is. Because ultimately, when you're doing that, you're actually doing it for yourself. We're all connected. And so holding on to the resentments, holding on to the anger and the bitterness is actually holding you back. It's closing off your valve to your ultimate abundance, your ultimate fulfillment. So it's really, really important to do your best to be gracious and allow that they are having their experience. They are allowed to have their perspective and their desires, and it just might not line up with yours. And that happens sometimes. And it can be hard, particularly if it's someone you're close to and you're like, I don't want to let them go because I love them or I'm used to having them in my life or whatever. But you're at a stalemate. And you're considering your options, but there's really only one option that's actually good for you, because the other option is moving past those red flags into the arms of disaster. Every time. Telling you. When you step into the moment, when you allow yourself to be present, and you can do things like this was in the Earth reading I just did, where you do something creative that really feels good to you. Get yourself outside, get moving, go for a walk, go for a bike ride, do something where you're getting into your body, because that allows you to be more present. That's what's going to lead you in the direction that's actually good for you. That's going to fulfill you. That's not just going to be another lesson. That, if you need to do it, then that's fine. Then you're just going to learn the lesson again. And you'll keep learning that lesson better to say you'll keep being presented these situations until you learn the lesson. And then you say, okay, I'm done. I'm ready to listen to myself, to let myself be the authority in my life and to do what I need to do for me. And that's when you move to this. And you don't have to learn that lesson anymore. Where are we at? I'm going to pick another card. What else? What else? Hierophant. This is spirituality in some way. It's a major arcana. So this is a big energy. This is where you're moving into. This is what you become when you start receiving all the good, right? You go from this to this, and then here this comes, it's like kind of like in this. Did I do that in the right order? I don't know if it's coming across opposite the way you're seeing it, but it's, doing your own thing, becoming independent, coming in, to this kind of more spiritually connected part of yourself. And that's what brings in all of the ultimate amazingness, amazing abundance. Spiritual practice. Okay, so yeah, it's actually taking the time to do the things that are going to get you into the present moment. This is why meditation is so great. One of the reasons is that it's a practice in getting you to focus and concentrate on where you are right now in this moment. That's why when very often meditation teachers and instructions will say to sit and focus on something like counting or breathing. Focus on the sensation of the breath in your nose or in your lungs. It's focusing on what is happening right now in this moment. And as we get used to doing that, we get used to drawing our attention back and back and back to this moment. This is who you become. Amazing. And that's what opens you up to the universe. That's opening your valve to the flow. Yeah. All right, cool. I think I'm going to leave it there. I think ending on the Hierophant is a really good way to end the reading. This is where you're headed. Just remember this as you walk away from this. Walk away from the red flags. They're not going to serve you. You don't need to learn that lesson anymore. Chances are you already have a few times, and you can just be done. You can allow yourself to be done, because all this. Oh yeah, and the limelight. You're learning something from this whole situation that's making you into an enlightened leader, that you're gonna be able to help others because of what you've been through. Let this be an empowering situation that builds you. It is in your power. Empower yourself. Just a little bit of effort will bring in so much. It's awesome. You can do this. I believe in you. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, wonderful rest of your tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah! And like and subscribe.